pamamahala ni Jose sa panahon ng Taggutom. Genesis 47 verses 1 to 31. Isinama ni Jose ang 5 sa kanyang mga kapatid at nagpunta sa Faraon. Sinabi niya, "Dumating na po ang aking ama at mga kapatid buhat sa Kanaan. Dala ang kanilang mga kawan at lahat ng ari-arian. Naroroon po sila ngayon sa Goshen." At ipinakilala niya sa Paraon ang kaniyang mga kapatid. Tinanong sila ng Faraon, "Ano ang trabaho ninyo?" "Kami po'y mga pastol, tulad ng aming mga ninuno," tugon nila. "Nakarating po kami rito sapagkat sa amin sa Kanaan ay wala na kaming mapagpastulan. Kung maaari po, doon na ninyo kami patirahin sa lupain ng Goshen." Sinabi ng Faraon kay Jose, "Ngayong narito na ang inyong ama at mga kapatid, at ikaw naman ang namamahala sa buong Ehipto. Ibigay mo sa kanila ang pinakamainam na lupain. Doon mo sila patirahin sa Goshen. Kung may mapipili kang mahuhusay na pastol, sila ang pamahalain mo sa aking mga kawan." Isinama ni Jose ang kanyang ama sa palasyo, at pagdating dooy binasbasan ni Jacob ang Faraon. "Ilang taon na po kayo?" tanong ni Faraon kay Jacob. Sumagot siya, "Umabot na po ako sa gulang na 130, at palipat-lipat na rin po ng tahanan. Maikli at mahirap ang aking naging buhay dito sa lupa. Malayong malayo sa naging buhay ng aking mga ninuno." Matapos magpaalam si Faraon, umalis na si Jacob. Sa utos ng Faraon, ibinigay ni Jose sa kanyang ama at mga kapatid ang pinakamabuting lupain ng Ramses sa bansang Ehipto. Ang buong sambahayan ni Jacob hanggang sa kaliit-liitan ay kinalinga ni Jose. Nang maubos na ang pagkain sa buong Kanaan at Ehipto, at ang mga tao'y hirap na sa gutom, kay Jose bumibili ng pagkain ng lahat. Iniipon naman ni Jose ang pinagbilhan at dinadala sa kabangyaman ng Faraon. Dumating ang panahon na wala nang maibayad ang mga tao, kaya't sinabi nila kay Jose, "Mamamatay kami ng gutom, bigyan mo kami ng pagkain." Kaya't sinabi ni Jose, "Kung wala na kayong salapi, palitan na lang ninyo ng hayop ang pagkaing ibibigay ko sa inyo." At gayon nga ang kanilang ginawa. Pinagpalit nila ang kanilang mga kabayo, tupa, kambing, baka at asno sa pagkaing kinukuha nila. 1 taon silang binibigyan ni Jose ng pagkain bilang kapalit ng mga hayop. Nang sumunod na taon, lumapit na naman sa kanya ang mga tao. Sinabi nila, "Hindi namin maikakaila sa inyong kamahalan na ngayoy ubos na ang lahat ng aming salapi at mga alagang hayop. Wala na pong nalalabi sa amin kundi ang aming katawan at bukirin. Kaya tulungan naman ninyo kami. Huwag ninyo kaming bayaang mamatay sa gutom at mapabayaan ang aming lupain. Bigyan ninyo kami ng makakain at bibilhing pananim nang kami huwag mamatay. Payag na po kaming maging alipin ng Faraon at ibenta sa kanya ang aming lupain." Nangyari nga ito. Kaya't nakuha ni Jose para sa Faraon ang lahat ng lupain ng mga taga-Ehipto dahil sa tindi ng taggutom noon. Ang lahat ng tao sa Ehipto ay ginawa ni Jose na mga alipin ng Paraon. Ang hindi lamang nabili ni Jose ay ang lupain ng mga pari, sapagkat ang mga ito ay may sapat na sustento ng Faraon. Sinabi ni Jose sa mga tao, "Ngayoy nabili ko na kayo at ang inyong mga lupain para sa Faraon. Bibigyan ko kayo ng binhing itatanim. Ibibigay ninyo sa Faraon ang 5 bahagi ng inyong aanihin. Inyo na ang nalalabi para muling itanim at maging pagkain ng inyong pamilya. Sumagot ang mga tao, napakabuti ninyo sa amin. Iniligtas ninyo kami. Handa po kaming maglingkod sa Faraon. Mula noon ay ginawang batas ni Jose sa lupain ng Ehipto na ang 5 bahagi ng ani ay para sa Faraon. Umiiral pa hanggang ngayon ang batas na ito maliban sa lupa ng mga pari sapagkat ito'y hindi saklaw ng Faraon. Nanirahan nga ang mga Israelita sa lupain ng Goshen sa Ehipto. Yumaman sila roon at dumami ang kanilang mga lahi. 17 taong tumira roon si Jacob at umabot siya ng 147 na taon. Nang maramdaman niyang malapit na siyang mamatay, tinawag niya si Jose at sinabi, ilagay mo sa pagitan ng aking mga hita ang iyong kamay at ipangako mong magiging tapat ka sa akin at hindi mo ako ililibing sa Ehipto. Ilabas mo ako sa Ehipto at isama mo ako sa libingan ng aking mga magulang. Masusunod po ang nais ninyo, sagot ni Jose. Sinabi ni Jacob, kung gayon, sumumpa ka sa akin. Nanumpa nga si Jose at si Jacob ay yumuko sa may ulunan ng higaan at nanalangin. Genesis 47 verses 1 to 31. Joseph and the famine. Joseph went and told Pharaoh, my father and brothers with their flocks and herds and everything they own have come from the land of Canaan and are now in Goshen. He chose 5 of his brothers and presented them before Pharaoh. Pharaoh asked the brothers, what are your occupations? Your servants are shepherds. They replied to Pharaoh, just as our fathers were. They also said to him, we have come to live here for a while because the famine is severe in Canaan and your servant flocks have no place to pasture. So now, please let your servants settle in Goshen. Pharaoh said to Joseph, your father and your brothers have come to you, and the land of Egypt is before you. Settle your father and your brothers in the best part of the land. Let them live in Goshen. And if you know of any among them with special ability, put them in charge of my own livestock. Then Joseph brought his father Jacob and presented him before Pharaoh. After Jacob blessed Pharaoh, and Pharaoh asked him, how old are you? And Jacob said to Pharaoh, the years of my pilgrimage are 130. My years have been few and difficult, and they do not equal the years of the pilgrimage of my father. Then Jacob blessed Pharaoh and went out from his presence. So Joseph settled his father and his brothers in Egypt and gave them property in the best part of the land and district of promises as Pharaoh directed. Joseph also provided his father and his brothers and all his father's household with food according to the number of their children. There was no food, however, in the whole region because the famine was severe. Both Egypt and Canaan wasted away because of the famine. Joseph collected all the money that was to be found in Egypt and Canaan in payment for the grain they were buying, and he bought it to Pharaoh's palace. When the money of the people of Egypt and Canaan was gone, all Egypt came to Joseph and said, give us food, Why should we die before your eyes? Our money are all gone. Then bring your livestock, said Joseph. I will sell your food in exchange of your livestock, since your money is gone. So they brought their livestock to Joseph, and he gave them food in exchange of their houses, or horses rather, their sheep and goats, their cattle and donkeys. And he brought them through that years with food in exchange for all their livestock. When that year was over, they came to him the following year and said, we cannot hide from our Lord the fact that since our money is gone and our livestock belongs to you now, there is nothing left for our Lord except our bodies and our land. Why should we perish before your eyes? We and our land as well. Buy us and our land in exchange for food, and we with all our land will be abundance to Pharaoh. Give us seed so that we may live and not die, and that the land may not become desolate. So Joseph bought all the land in Egypt for Pharaoh. The Egyptians, one and all, sold their fields because their famine was too severe for them. The land became Pharaoh's, and Joseph reduced the people to servitude, and one end of Egypt to the other. However, he did not buy the land of the priests, because they received a regular allotment from Pharaoh and had food enough from the allotment Pharaoh gave them. That is why they did not sell their land. Joseph said to the people, now that I have bought you and your land today for Pharaoh, here is seed for you so you can plant the ground. But when the crop comes in, give a fifth of to the Pharaoh. Other 4/5 you may keep as seed for the fields and as food for yourselves and your household and your children. You have saved our lives, they said. May we find favor in the eyes of our Lord. We will be in bondage to Pharaoh. So Joseph established it as a law concerning the land in Egypt, still in force today, that a fifth of the produce belongs to the Pharaoh. It was only the land of the priests that did not become Pharaoh's. Now the Israelites settled in Egypt in the region of Goshen. They acquired property there and were fruitful and increased greatly in numbers. Jacob lived in Egypt 17 years, and the years of his life were 147. When the time drew near for Israel to die, he called for his son Joseph and said to him, if I have found favor in your eyes, put your hand under my tithe and promise that you will show me kindness and faithfulness. Do not bury me in Egypt, but when I rest with my fathers, carry me out of Egypt and bury me where they are buried. I will do as you say, he said. Swear to me, he said. Then Joseph swore to him, and Israel worshipped as he leaned on the top of his staff.